Hey, how's it going? This is the Scam Assassin, and I'm here today for the third time talking. Well, probably this, it's probably this only the second video about these guys, but I've mentioned it before in a few videos. There's obviously other people like them around in the crypto market. This is a Scam Assassin video, particularly because these guys are scammers. Phil and Bob, Phil does most of the crypto stuff. Actually, do crypto. Bob does some of the older traditional markets. He's the boss. So I told you about a year ago. Um, ooh, yeah, close to now actually. It's the anniversary. Jeez, woo! It'll be the anniversary in something like 11 days. No, 9 days. It'll be the anniversary. So the anniversary of them stealing $1,399, and you think to yourself, who steals that amount of money? Who's in the trading business? Who has signals? Who's telling you what to buy and sell, and saying they have this software, which apparently they do have. One of their members jumped to their defense. They're doing the Bitmain scam, where you only scam a certain percentage of your customer base, but you're still scamming people. You're still a scammer. Just because you only killed one person and didn't kill the other 50 or past, it doesn't mean you're not a murderer. You know what I mean? So the same kind of theory. But what happened was the other day. This will be for the third time now. After they first scammed me last year, and I'd already launched the YouTube channel, and then obviously they must have probably seen the video on them. So they contacted me around about February, and I didn't really know it was Phil. The guy's never actually said his name. It could be Phil, it could be Bob, not really sure. The problem is the writing style now. This is because they basically write to me and then try to discuss things. What they do is they wait for times when there's a dip. This is what I'm noticing. And then they kind of want to recall and say, look, maybe we can get to the bottom of this. It's you were speaking to him before. It's the same person writing this, so it's probably Bob, who's actually. I probably got mistaken. I probably owe that guy Phil an apology. He still works for a scammer, or he probably still is the scammer himself, and this is all from him. I don't really know, but the front is their company, info@tradegenius. Uh, One second, I got this letter here that I wrote to the FBI, who are just as useless and scamming as they are, because realistically they don't do anything. The taxpayers' money that they get. TradeGenius.co. Just for a laugh, I'm going to put this video on to a couple of. I've got tradegenius.info, tradegenius.org that I've actually bought here, and actually this is maybe I'll make a profit on them later on. Maybe I'll sell them back to those scamming scumbags, but not after I've let. I don't actually care about the money thing. I don't mind finding it, flushing out scammers. Spending a bit of money to do that to stop 50 or 100, God knows how many people get ripped off. So these guys, I want to start kind of advertising them soon. I've been really busy with work. I work for two different companies. It is quite busy. But I do want to put some time into this, especially now that I've noticed them doing a lot of specials again. I'm thinking, oh God, how many people of their customer base? I mean, times are probably pretty hard for them. Maybe they'll increase it to 20 or 30% of their user base to rip off. Maybe they'll start to rip off all of them. You can never tell, in times of strife, from people who are extremely greedy and extremely selfish and fat and ugly, the things that they'll do are not what probably you and I would do. So just be very careful. You come across these guys, Trade Genius. They've got the Trade Genius Academy. They come up with all these 2-for-1 specials. You can get ripped off twice instead of once. You know what I mean? That's what it's really about. Let me just show you the other day. I gave Bill or Phil or whoever the hell it is a bit of a feedback. I said, basically, the reason why I know it's the same person is because of this pretense that there's that they can't understand. But let me just get my head around it. It's simple. I paid money. Here's the Bitcoin address. You can see the transaction. That's yours. Here's the email you sent me. Here's me writing to your email. Here's screenshots of me sending you messages on your YouTube. Here's me signing on to a different YouTube account to prove that you're blocking my messages, because YouTube don't tell you that stuff because they want you wasting your time giving comments on channels that you might be blocked on. But it's still you're still using the platform. This is why you've got to move to BitChute, by the way, and BitTube. I'm actually in the process of doing all this right now. I've already got my account set up. I just need to start plugging the videos along. It is a matter of time, and I know that everyone says that with all at the same time. Getting back to these scumbags. So what I was saying was, let me just bring up the screen here. I got really annoyed having to explain. He says, Greg, I'm trying to help you, but I'm still very unclear with the situation works. Remembering that they've got a whole, and all their emails, they can search for the emails, or they can look at this massive, look at all the amount of emails. You can look through all these different threads. He can do a search for my email address in his own email account. So I said, so I just, at the end of the day, what I can see going on here is the guy wants to come back at me and say, oh, you know what? Bitcoin was 20K back then. If I pay you the same amount back in BTC, I'm making myself a deal. That's what he's hoping. He's hoping he can get a cheap way out of this. I don't care. Even if the money it was still worth, even if it was still, even if it was going to give me the 1,399 back, I'm going to find out this guy's not a scammer. Well, he obviously is a scammer because all he's trying to do is cost himself something like 300 bucks now. And he's thinking, I still need $1,000 on that. I can tell you right now, fuck you, fat fool. Fuck you, fat fool. I'm not going to let you do that. Because the thing is, it's worth more to me than to have you guys squirm. It's worth more to me to know that I'm stopping other people getting ripped off who can't afford it, because I can afford it, right? So anyway, it's a small amount of Bitcoin at the time. Actually, it's quite a lot of money, to be honest. So anyway, so Bob, after no one contacted me and I got blocked on YouTube, but before I had a response, I did already explain that I moved on to sign up with Francis at Cryptoversity. Right. You need to understand I paid in December to the address I was told to and communicated to the email that you wrote to me from, or maybe that was Filler Bob. I took the New Year's special, crypto double, so I can give my brother a last something for Christmas. So the failing on your side rendered any future sign up or value of what you have to offer pointless. I understand people have no, companies in general have no refund policies, but policies are not law, they're a whimsical decision. And in this case, the fault was 100% on your side. And that's the thing that pisses me off. You know, when someone says something like, oh, it's our policy. The policy is, I've decided that I want to do that. My policy is, I think I'm not going to give you back your pain. Sir, can I have my pain back? No, I've got a policy. That's how stupid policies are. My policy is that I want to punch that guy in the face. Like, so you can't do that because why not? There's laws. But it's my policy. No one cares about your policies. They mean nothing. It's like, you know, when they say about guarantee, it's kind of related to a policy. It means nothing in the grand scheme of things. But this chump, here he comes on here. So I said, I understand you have no policies that they have in place. I said, the whimsical, and in this case, the fault was 100%. So I'll read that out already. Okay, I expect a refund, pure and simple. And this meat puppet, he still writes back to me and still basically tries to, I don't quite understand. So I say to him, for blindly obvious reasons, two solutions are: A, refund me in full, 1,399, your company effectively stole from me 10 days shy of 1 year ago for your failure to supply what was sold to me at the time. Supply me with a time machine, or this is option B, because that is the only other option in my opinion. I don't want their shit. I don't want to deal in their channel now that I've had 1 year of time wasting going on. Why would I want to? Why would I want to buy a product when I've already bought products? Why would I want to buy a product here? Why would I want to buy a pint of milk? And one of the examples I used to him in one of the many emails that I had, I was getting ready to do plasticine models and stuff, little GI Joes walking around. That's how dumb this guy is. Well, that's how dumb he pretends to be, right? So I said, option B is supply me with a fully functional time machine so I can travel back to the point when I paid you for 2-for-1 trade signal software, etc. package, before the point that I gave up and paid for the same elsewhere. In other words, if you put me back in time, what you have to offer will be worth something to me still. At this point in time, it's year-old milk. It doesn't do me any good. I don't want it. Problem was on your side. You didn't, you took the money and didn't hand the milk over, you know. Basically, I have no fun getting into the what's it called? I can't bother thinking it's the end of the fucking Monday. So I said, in light of the fact that 100% of the lies on are on your side, any reasonable human being would simply offer a refund and a heavy apology for my time that you and Phil have taken from me in bucket loads. Do the right thing. Please don't be a scammer like your colleague, or most likely like Bob, because I think he's the one who's actually looking at the writing now. You can't get two people that stupid working next to each other, or even that sneaky to, you know, if you're that sneaky with it, they're really good at doing a stupid act of a certain type. It takes a very low self-esteem to put that act on, you know what I mean? To not be your real self and to act that down, you know? Like in the movie, you know, you never go full retard into that movie with Ben Stiller. So, I put it another way. So to put it another way, your package has zero value to me now. Just read this out. Actually, my phone it is. Your package has zero value to me now, and you know that fine well. Your attempt to play dumb and kind is despicable. You might as well be selling your putrid milk. I don't see that one again. I can't read it again. I'm writing this in big letters since it will be easier to read in the follow-up shaming videos because Phil and Bob are scumbags. But stay away from them. I don't really know why I was saying that, but you know, fuck it. May as well make a jingle out of it. That's what they do in America. To absolutely everything on radio. I'm not in America anymore. Well, not at the moment. I'm close to staying away for a little bit. Get my time out of the country so the IRS don't make a law and say you only left in January. Therefore, if you start trading again, we still want money next year, 2019. I don't want to have any excuses there. I'm ready to leave that economy completely behind and let it collapse. Anyway, getting back to it. I'm writing this in big. Not that I like America, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with America. I can't stand your leaders, but I can't stand the leaders of this shithole as well. Great shitting I'm in right now. I always call it Great shitting. It's my favorite name for Britain. I said it's clear you have no intention of making this right, which is why you wasted my time pretending that you could not understand the blatantly simple scam you pulled, as if I was explaining the workings of quantum computing. You didn't even bother to read the email chain or research the correspondence. It's quite clear your only agenda is to corral me into some fake resolution where you lose nothing and justify the scam which resulted in your company stealing $1,399 from me. In fact, it is you who wrote to me. I think it is you that wrote to me last time, as you displayed the exact same laziness, greed, and arrogance. I will make sure once I have the chance to step away from my blockchain projects and grow to continue to grow my channels on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Actually, I don't really want to do all the ones. The ones I want to grow are you know, BitChute, Minds, you know, all the decentralized platforms that maybe saw me. I'll give it a try again. I was on it when it used to be omg.com. It wasn't that good. If Dave bucked their ideas up with the new rebranding, maybe I'll try that out again because it should be more like Facebook, whereas you know, mine is more like Twitter. These platforms, I really believe, all the censorship they're doing is going to make a critical mass. Talk about this. Oh, let me just finish off that. Right, I'll make sure once I have the chance to step away, blah, blah, blah. I said that you are seen for the pair of thieving charlatans you are to prevent as many people as possible by getting scammed by you two. There's only one reason you would not be willing to give a refund, and that's because you're simply an evil thief. It's the same, it's true for any scammer out there, because when you indiscriminately scam, like you don't know who your mark is, you're just taking money off them, like he did at the time. I could have been anyone. I could have been some guy taking his mother's last dollar or something like that. I mean, I could have been, you know, I could have been a guy trying to make what he can to what's it called? Pay for drugs for AIDS or cancer or something like that. I mean, he had no idea who I was. Anyway, that's just the last thing I've got to say about Scumbag Phil and Scumbag Bob from the Scumbag organization Trade Genius and Trade Genius Academy, which are fraudulent organizations. Doesn't mean that everything they do is a fraud. It means that they're fraudulent organizations because they engage in fraud as a matter of course. after they defraud something, when they think they've made enough money, they can pull another scam to sort of make it vindicate themselves. They're going to double down and show themselves as being still greedy, thieving scumbags. Getting back to what I was saying before. Oh, I like my t-shirt. Yeah, Pink Floyd. So getting back to what I was saying before about the different platforms, I think what's going to really happen is you might have seen the MGTOW movement took a thing. I put a video on it the other day, a very short one. There's the Alex Jones, the kind of truther group, especially the kind of what they would regard as alt-right truther, but it's complete bullshit. A lot of these so-called alt-right guys aren't even alt-right. It's stupid. There's the philosophy stuff, like your you could say it sort of belongs to the truther as well. The what's his name again? Stephen Molyneux, Lauren Southern, the realistic right, as you could call them. And even crypto anarchists and things like that I think people like Jeff Berwick, I'm pretty sure had demonetization before. But what this is going to do, this is going to take very popular groups of people who are just going to say, well, I've already got the following, and unless YouTube take their channels off, like TNN Raw, for example, Tony Sotomayor, black guy from Atlanta who I think lives in California now. His channel is huge. He starts dragging people across to BitChute, and you start getting the other people dragging people across. It doesn't take long before, let's say, one person in every second household is using BitChute, and then it'll start to grow like wildfire. The thing is, these platforms, looking at DTube, I mean, it's a big failure, in my opinion. It takes so long to upload. It's a big pain in the arse. I'd meant to move to DTube last year, and it's not possible. It just takes so long to upload. I was on a gigabit connection when I was over, and I think I've got this one of my videos actually. Gigabit connection when I was right next to the Google building in Austin, Texas, and couldn't upload. Just crap. The speed is just atrocious. So BitTube and BitChute really do fill that void. I'm going to see which one works out better for me, and then just go with it all the way. But whoever the players are in the future, they need to get ready for what I suppose both Ethereum and Bitcoin didn't get ready for last bull market, which was I wouldn't say mass adoption, but a lot more adoption than they had, and that the network creeps and moans. There needs to be a way to scale out the network and spread rewards better somehow. And all these platforms, the currency platforms, don't matter what it is, so that you can cope with this breathing of the network and this breathing of usership. It won't matter in the future, when everyone's actually moved over to crypto. Another thing that I may as well mention is this, the bear market that we're in, and I keep on saying that, me personally, I'll be buying in all the way down. Well, fractionally buying in all the way down. I really believe it'll go somewhere around the 1200 mark. Or when I'm drunk, 2000, because that's what I said the other day. I meant 1200. Because we had a previous price points around 2014 or 15 that was at that point, and then it sunk down very, very, let's say a slow year-long bull market. I think it was. It slowly creeped back up again towards 2017, back towards its first initial peak of 1200, and then went back down again, but then shut up, which is when the banks started to enter. So I think that it could go down further than that. But the thing is, even when I do remember saying to people when it was about 10 grand, it's still not a bad time to buy in, and I'll stand by that. Even though right now it's at 3.5, something like that, I'll still stand by that because I know where it's going. I'll be honest, I don't know where LiteCoin and Ethereum is going. It's a punt. I did sell out of Ethereum quite a while ago. Not on its high, but pretty much halfway, or a third of the way there. Way over 10x of what I paid, 100x of what I paid. Sorry. So I mean, I still did all right. That's an understatement. But I don't believe overall in the alts as much as what I believe. I don't believe in alts. Of course I do, but I don't believe in them as much as I believe in Bitcoin. And so that's what you can say on Bitcoin maximums. It's done me pretty well. I think it will continue to. The only thing I want to do whenever I sell anything is like a car or property is buy more Bitcoin. I don't want to buy any more silver or gold. And it's either going to go up or it's not. It's not going to go down, but it's either going to go up or not. If it's not, like it has been not for years, like just what I put into gold, shit. Let's say in the very first year I bought gold, if I bought Bitcoin instead, that would be worth like over 100 million. It's insane to think about that. So you can't argue and say, oh, that was a good choice. In hindsight, of course, it wasn't a good choice. But I think one day we'll all be rewarded, and you can never know them. You know, people talk about EMP attacks, all these sort of things. Highly unlikely, but let's say it did happen. You still have a solid commodity that you can travel with, as long as you have guns to hold on to it as well. So my point is, I'm rambling on here, but my point is that you should, well, what I should do, and you can feel free to copy, do what you like, but you should not feel bad if you bought in, let's say around 10, you can't be bothered taking part in the, you know, selling out, but if you are going to sell out to gain more, even at this stage, because I think it could go to half and maybe even half again. I don't think it'll go below 1,000, but it could. But at any point, even though I think there'll be another year bull market, I think at any point it could shoot back up. You wouldn't want to sell out everything and then be trying to catch that runaway train. You'd feel sick to the core. So whatever it is you have, whether you have 0.1 Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin, whatever it is, I would be going down the route of, let's say I was free of America. I kind of am, but I want to be properly settled in Spain and over the side of the world before I start doing any trading again. I don't need to, so I'm not stressing about it. But when I do, I'll be maybe taking out just a third max. I'll never take out more than a third. It's just too risky. There's no point getting too greedy. And that's really the message I wanted to give about that. You know, in this bull market that we're in, never know how long it's going to last. And also, never forget there's scammers out there. There's good people out there. You and Farber Trina did a video a few weeks ago giving you my best truther vids, the best technical analysis channels. I didn't mention Crypto Daily in there because I wanted to keep ones that was more to do with actual trading, not news. Crypto Blood, of course, is great too. Yeah, you know what? I need to probably do one on crypto channels. Maybe I'll put that actually on the. I'll put it on the foot of the next Bitcoin Roadshow video. But this has been Scam Assassin, been assassinating fat, disgusting freaks from Trade Genius. Scam Genius. Well done, Bob. You were able to scam me for kitting slowly, especially kitting Bitcoin. Bye, everyone. Have a good weekend.